What is up, Legend Army? Welcome back to another EA Sports College Football 25 video. So over the course of the last couple of days, we've gotten a trailer which I did react to. And then we also got the top 10, or better yet, the top 25 offenses, as well as the top 25 defenses of college football. Then like a couple of days before all of that information came out, they actually dropped the top 10, or better yet, the top 25 hardest places to play in college football. In this video, we're going to be pretty much breaking them down and kind of just, reacting to see what they've done so far with the rankings on offense, on defense, and the hardest places to play. If you guys are brand new to my channel, my name is AK, and I want to say thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. We managed to hit 15,000 subscribers yesterday, so I want to say thank you guys so much. We started this channel back on like May 17th, and we have been doing absolute numbers. I want to say thank you once again, because without you guys and your passion for college football, this channel does not exist. But enough of kissing ass, let's go ahead and get into this information, and let's go ahead and react to these top 25s. So the first one that we're going to be basically covering is going to be the offense side of the ball. Now, if you guys disagree with any of this list, let me know down in the comments, because some of these don't belong on the list. Before I start getting into them, I wonder if you guys can figure out which one I believe is the fraud on this list. It's pretty easy. So at the number 1 slot, we have Georgia at 94 overall. At the number 2 slot, we have Oregon at 94 as well. In the 3rd position, we have Alabama at 91 overall. And then we have Texas at 91 at the 4th slot as well. And to be wrapping up the top 5, Ohio State is going to be at 89. To be completely honest with you guys, I completely agree with the entire top 5. You could honestly move any of these 5 teams around, and honestly, I wouldn't really mind. One of the things that I really like so far about this game is that nobody is 99 or 98 or 96 or 97 overall in the game. It means that whenever this game starts to change and update and everything like that, maybe there's going to be one of those teams in the NCAA that's going to be really good, which actually deserves to be that high ranking. But moving into the rest of the top 10, we have LSU sitting at number 6 at 89 overall. Miami at 89 overall at number 7, and then the fraud team that I have no idea that should be on this list is going to be Colorado. If you guys guessed it, you're absolutely right. Honestly, I have no idea why Colorado is in the top 8. Hell, I don't even know why they're in the top 25. You can call me a hater all you want, but honestly, I believe they went like 4-8 and then 1-8 in conference play. So to see them on any single top 10 is honestly laughable to me. But without getting hung up on Colorado, let's go ahead and finish out the top 10. We have Missouri at 89 overall at number 9, and then Clemson at number 10 with an 87 overall offense. When I first seen this list, all I saw was the top 10. I actually went on the website and I saw that they actually cover it all the way to the top 25. So 11 through 16th are going to be basically 87 overall, which they're going to be matching Clemson. Those teams are going to be Utah, Penn State, Ole Miss, Kansas, Arizona, and North Carolina State. And then from 17 to 21, everybody's going to be 85 overall, and those teams are going to be Notre Dame, Texas A&M, Memphis, SMU, and UCF. And to wrap up the remaining of the top 25, which is going to be 22 through 25, everybody's going to be 83 overall. Those teams are going to include Florida State, Oklahoma, Virginia Tech, and USC. Let me know down in the comments if you guys disagree with any of these rankings, honestly, because the only one that I really have a problem with is going to be Colorado. Everybody else I'll leave completely alone. We're just going to strictly hate on Colorado, because how you go 1-8 in conference play and 4-8 overall and get in the top 10? That completely just blows my mind. I know these rankings ain't based off of what they did last year. I think they're using some site or some stats that they've got to generate this top 25. I know a lot of people have left from these colleges, like Colorado, for instance. I know they had a ton of people go in the transfer portal, a ton of people come in, but honestly, for them to even crack the top 25 is honestly laughable to me. Without getting too much hung up on Colorado, let's go ahead and get into the top 25 defenses next. So getting right into the top 25 defenses, we're going to go ahead and cover the top 10 first. Getting into the number 1 slot, we have Ohio State at number 96. So to me, if you were to average their offense and their defense, you can kind of get a general idea that Ohio State's probably going to be the best team in the game. They were a top 5 in offense, and they're going to be a number 1 pick here for defense. So all you Buckeye fans need to rejoice, because it looks like your team's going to be the best team to pick here in college football 25. Moving into the second slot, we're going to have Georgia at 94 overall. The third slot's going to be Oregon at 90 overall. Alabama is also at 90, as well as Clemson at 4 and 5. Now, out of the top 5 here in the defenses, I really don't have anything that I'm disagreeing with. I thought Oregon was going to be one of those ones I was going to disagree when I first saw it, but honestly, after going back and looking at their season, they really did not let a whole lot of people score. I mean, they allowed Texas Tech to hang 30 on them. And then Washington ended up hanging 36 on them and making them take a loss. Washington State put up 24 on them. And even whenever they played USC, they allowed 27 points. So honestly, I don't know. Maybe if I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments. But I don't think Oregon belongs in the top 5. I would have to go through and look at everybody's. But just right off the top of my head, that's really like the only team in the top 5 that I really disagree with for defense. Moving into the rest of the top 10, we have Notre Dame at number 6 at 90 overall, Michigan at 90 overall at number 7, Texas at 88 overall, which I'm okay with that. We're still in the top 10. We also have Penn State at number 9 at 88 overall, and then we have Utah at 88 overall to wrap up the top 10. Honestly, I'm pretty okay with this list. Colorado did not sneak into the top 10, so I'm pretty okay with this. I know I was coming at Oregon for a little bit. I'm a fan of Oregon. Don't attack me, guys, but honestly, I just feel like Oregon got scored on a lot in the Pac-12. Even though they won like 10 plus games, I still think that they kind of let too many people score on them. Hell, they almost lost to Texas Tech to begin the year. Moving on to the rest of the top 25, so 11 through 13 is all going to be 88 overall. Those teams are going to be Florida State, Oklahoma, and Iowa. I feel like Iowa deserves to be up in the top 10 because honestly, I'm pretty sure they're known for their defense. You can correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below, but that's just what I feel. The next schools are going to be 86 overall, and it's going to be from 14 to 17. And those schools are going to be Virginia Tech, Wisconsin, USC, and Auburn. Getting into the lower part of the top 25, we're going to have 84 overall, which is going to be from 18 all the way to 24. And those schools are going to be LSU, Texas A&M, Colorado. What? Did I say Colorado again? Bro, get their asses out of here, man. They're fraudulent, man. They've been scored on. I'm pretty sure Washington and USC and all them just ran them out the building, bro. Get out of here. Anyway, moving into the next one's going to be Oklahoma State at 21, Louisville at 22, North Carolina at 23, and then Kansas State at 24. And then wrapping up the entire 25 is going to be Florida at number 25. I kind of feel like they did Florida wrong here, but honestly, I really haven't seen Florida in any major bowl games or anything like an SEC championship since Tim Tebow and like all of those guys down there with like Cam Newton, Percy Harvin. I'm not even going to say the other guy's name. We're just going to move on. But honestly, I feel like Florida's being left out and slept on. So to be honest, they deserve to be a little bit better ranking than that. But once again, honestly, I don't see anybody here except for Colorado. That's pretty much fraudulent. I think this looks really good. Let me know down in the comments if you guys disagree or if you would switch anything up from based off of what they showed. Now that we've covered the top 25 offenses, now that we've covered the top 25 defenses, let's get into the toughest places to play here in college football 25. As soon as I saw this list and I saw the number 1 hardest places to play, I legitimately laughed my freaking ass off. Like, I mean, literally to the point where my ass fell off and laughed its way away from me. Because sitting at number 1, we have Texas A&M. I'm a big Horns fan, and I'm gonna hate on Texas A&M here, but didn't you guys pay millions of dollars to Appalachian State to come play you guys because you were so confident, and didn't you guys get beat at Kyle Field? Somebody down in the comments tell me what the score of that game was, please. Put the box score down there in the comments, because how in the freaking world is Kyle Field the hardest place to play at? Please let me know in the comments. Moving into the rest of the top 5, we have Alabama at number 2. Number 3 is going to be LSU. Number 4 is going to be Ohio State, and number 5 is going to be Georgia. Now, I know you guys know I don't like Kyle Field being number 1, but the other one that I really don't agree with is going to be Alabama. Now, don't come after me, Alabama fans, okay? Because honestly, I think you guys are tired of freaking winning. I legitimately watched the games against Texas, and honestly, that shit was weak. You guys are so used to winning that I feel like most of you guys don't have feelings whatsoever whenever it comes to big games like high emotions. You guys just expect to pull out the win. Hell, when Texas ended up coming back, it wasn't even really that loud in that place. And you would think that it would be absolutely mind-bogglingly loud because Texas ended up coming back and beating you guys at home under Nick Saban. I know that you guys have like a very good track record at home, but like, again, I feel like you guys are privileged. You guys have been the best team of college football, arguably in the last 10 years, and I just feel like your guys' fans are just not into it as much. I just really disagree with Alabama being number 2. Now, I didn't say that you guys couldn't be in like the top 10 or the top 5, but number 2? That's like Kyle Field, man. They had Appalachian State come in and just wax they shit. Why are you guys at 1 and 2? It just blows my mind. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate, man. People are going to be like, well, LSU and Alabama went down to motherfucking Texas and blew you guys out. First of all, nobody blew us out. Hell, I can't remember the last time somebody blew out Texas other than the OU, which happened like a couple years ago. I think it was in like the Red River rivalry. Say that about 1 billion times in this video. I said about 50 in this one. Really, the only team to really blow out Texas is Oklahoma, and we do that to each other like every other year. Like, I think not this year. They barely beat us this year on... don't even get me started. But we beat them 49-0, shut them completely out. I think that was one of the largest margins of victory ever in the series. But try not to get distracted here. Let's move into the rest of the top 10. We have Penn State at number 6. Hell, I would take number 6. Penn State at number 2 of how hard it is during the whiteout. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. That crowd is electric. It is crazy when I watch that, okay? Like, if you guys go watch videos on Penn State whiteout, and basically how tough it is to win there and causing them to get the snap count off, that's an electric crowd, man. I love you guys at Penn State. One of the best atmospheres. I need to go to a game. Somebody buy me a ticket and send me the damn tickets. I want to go. At number 7, we have Wisconsin. At number 8, we have Oklahoma. Of course, Oklahoma made the top 10 in this. I mean, they are kind of hard to beat at home, but like, honestly, it's whatever. I'm not even going to get started on them because I don't want a bunch of freaking OU losers, Sooner fans in my thing and basically causing problems in my comments. I only have one thing for you. Alright, getting back into the top 10, we have Florida State at number 9, and then we have Florida. Finally, they're in the top 10 of something, toughest places to play. They might not be top 10 in offense, top 10 in defense, but they for sure are in the top 10 toughest places to play here in college football 25. Hey, I'm trying to root for you guys. Hey, you guys wanted me to rebuild Florida? That might be one of the teams that we rebuild in Dynasty mode. We might make a video on that. But outside of the top 10, I honestly, you guys know how I am, man. I'm pretty okay with everything on the list except for Kyle Field. You damn Aggies. I hope you guys lose every freaking game this year because they predicted you guys to be number 1 as the toughest places to play. Frauds, bro. Frauds. But getting into the rest of the top 25, we're going to get into Oregon at number 11, Clemson at number 12, 13 is going to be Tennessee, 14 is going to be Auburn, 15 South Carolina, 16 is going to be Michigan, and why in the world? Dude, playing in the big house is way harder, I feel, than playing at Kyle Field. I'm just going to say it, okay? Number 17 is going to be Virginia Tech, 18 is going to be Utah, 19 is going to be Texas. Hell, it's even harder to play at Texas than it is at Kyle Field. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. We've lost a couple games too. You guys got beat by Appalachian State, okay? I hate to bring it up again, but Appalachian State. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. At Texas, they got beat by Alabama and LSU. LSU went on to win the national championship, and they barely won at Texas. At number 20, we have Iowa, and then to wrap out the last of the top 25, we have Notre Dame at 21, Michigan State at 22, Arkansas at number 23, Boise State at 24, and Mississippi State at 25. Again, let me know down in the comments if you guys disagree with any of these lists for offense, for defense, and the toughest places to play here in college football 25. Again, I'm going to put all this information down below in the descriptions if you guys want to go check this stuff out. One thing that they did talk about for all of these lists that we've covered here in this video, they did say with each season or update that's going to be coming out for this game that these rankings are going to change based off of how these guys are playing in real life. And I'm pretty sure from what I've read, they also said that they're going to have dynamic attendance, meaning that you can't be the toughest places to play if you're 1-7 and the crowd's not there. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to do really good in your dynasty modes or really good in your Road to Glory, which they did say that this was going to be in Road to Glory as well, that if you're not winning, the fans are not going to be completely packed in the stadium. It's going to have dynamic attendance. If you're going 4-8 and 1-8 in conference play like the frauds Colorado are, then it's not going to be very hard to win at your stadium. If there was something that I forgot to mention in this video, make sure to let me know down in the comments for all you college football gurus. Honestly, I could have missed something. I have no idea, but I wanted to cover this for you guys because we're getting closer. I think we're about 17 days away as of making this video. I did end up pre-ordering the game, and I'm going to be getting it 3 days early, which I think everybody at this point is going to get it early. Hell, we've been playing college football 14 and 13 and 12 and 10 for the last 11 years. I just recently got college football revamped, and then this game starts to come out and starts to, show up, and I'm like, yeah! Last time these games were relevant, I was in my early 20s. Now I'm over here sitting as a middle-aged man that's bearded, and I'm like, what kids am I about to rock in NCAA football 25? Or better yet, what kids are gonna freaking cheese me to death and beat the crap out of me in this game online? I didn't think about that. Alright, so I ended up waking up today and they actually dropped the top 10 team power rankings, which is the overall for every team in the top 25. I was kind of going to wait until they released this, but I wasn't really sure if they were going to release it today or not, so they ended up doing it, so we're going to add this to the actual video. Getting into the top 10, the number 1 overall in the entire game is going to be Georgia. Now, I really thought that Ohio State was going to be number 1, but it looks like Georgia's going to be number 1. Sitting at the number 2 spot is going to be Ohio State, so I wasn't really far off with that prediction. And they're going to be sitting at 93 overall. Moving into the next slot, which is going to be number 3, is going to be Oregon at 93. Alabama at number 4 at 92, and my Texas Longhorns at 92 as well at number 5. To be completely honest with you guys, I am completely in agreement with every single one of these teams in the top 5. Moving right along, let's finish out the top 10. We have Clemson at 90 overall at 6, Notre Dame at 90 overall at 7, LSU also is at 90 overall at 8, Penn State at 88 overall at 9, and to finish out the top 10, we have Utah at 88 as well. After looking at the top 10 that they've put out here today, I really can't argue with none of these. Let me know down in the comments if you guys disagree with any of the top 10. Now, moving into the rest of the top 25, so from 11 to 15 is going to be all 88 overall, and those teams are going to be Michigan, Florida State, Miami, Texas A&M, and Ole Miss. Now wrapping up the bottom half of the top 25, so from 16 all the way to 25, everybody's going to be ranked overall at 87. And those teams are going to include Colorado, Oklahoma, Wisconsin, USC, Virginia Tech, North Carolina State, Kansas, Arizona, Oklahoma State, and Iowa. The only one that I'm in complete disagreement with is going to be Colorado. I think you guys know that from this video so far. I don't know how in the world they even got all the way to number 16 in the overall rankings, because honestly, I think they were like legitimately almost in the hundreds in every single category last year. So the only team that I really have a problem with is going to be Colorado. I think they paid these boys over at EA a lot of money to get on these lists. But once again, I'm pretty sure that all this stuff is going to change once we get updates and they start playing these games. I pretty much made this video, already uploaded it, so I had to go back, re-record this part because they released it. So I'm going to add this to the video just because this is actually part of the rankings. If you guys made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you guys so much. You guys have been amazing over here. The true passion that you guys have for college football is crazy. I think I already mentioned it, but I want to say thank you guys so much for 15,000 subscribers. I'm hoping over the next year that we're playing college football 25 that we can grow this fan base and become a really strong community. Let's aim for 25 likes on this video, and until I see you guys on the gridiron, peace out.